The big story tonight is about Parliament reconvening today. That's the 12th Parliament amidst all the division. I still have with me Didmus Wekesa, MP for Kimilili, and Opio Wandayi, who's the MP for Ugunja. And joining our discussion tonight is Wanyeri Kihoro, who's the former Member of Parliament for Nyeri Town. Mr. Kihoro, thank you very much for speaking with us on the big story tonight. What is your view? You've been in Parliament, you are outside now. Your thoughts from the outside looking in with the divisions we are seeing in this 12th Parliament?
Thank you this evening. And I can tell you I'm outside the house in Nyeri, and I have a view. As in Nairobi, where there is Parliament, I've been inside there. And I can tell you that our country has got a very big job ahead of it. And mainly that job must be done from Parliament. We have a lot of divisions, and this needs to be reconciled. We have got a lot of economic problems in our country, and this needs to be attended. We have got issues about rain, we have got issues about hunger, we have got issues about cattle and everything else, about our resources, and they all need to be reconciled from Parliament, because that is where there is the biggest court in this country that can be able to attend to all Kenyan issues as opposed to regional or county issues. All national issues must be attended from Parliament.
In your view, where does the solution lie, Mr. Kihoro? Many would remember the 10th Parliament, I believe, under the Grand Coalition government, when we had Kenneth Marende as the Speaker. And you recall there was that tiff between Raila Odinga at the time and Kalonzo Musyoka as to who would lead the House Business Committee. He came up and said, because you're bickering within the Grand Coalition government, I will head that business committee. And we sort of saw some semblance or looked to the National Assembly at that also divided time in the country for some leadership. What do you think of the leadership of this 12th Parliament, and is that where the solution would lie?
I remember the period very well. We are talking about January, February of 2008, and that is after the election of the 10th Parliament in this country. And it is true that some people came forth, they had a lot of experience in parliamentary affairs, and they offered and they were able to speak to both sides. Today, that is also, again, the problem that we have got on the floor of the House or in the House, that
all right, we seem to be having a challenge with Wanyeri Kihoro from Nyeri Town. We apologize for that. We'll try and fix that and get back to it. Opio, I want to give you just closing remarks now. In just a minute, the role of Parliament in providing leadership and guidance in this country, even when we have a dispute at the Supreme Court. What are your thoughts for that? I asked Didmus at the beginning, before we took the break, whether there's any middle ground. Well, I'm asking you the same question.
Well, you see, Yvonne, historically in this country, Parliament has never really been a provider of solutions. Many a times, whenever we've had a crisis, solutions have originated from outside Parliament. And this you can look back at the year 1997, when the FPG was formed to shepherd some reforms. And even in the year 2008, early 2008, yeah, when there was a crisis, this is efforts which were done outside Parliament that actually helped the country. And even as late as last year, okay, we had to put together some team that looked at the electoral laws infrastructure. But then, it is important that as a country, we come to the realization that until and unless we master the courage to slay the dragon of impunity that continues to rear its ugly head every electoral cycle, this country will not make progress.
Okay, my
yes.
final question to you. So yes. Exactly when would that be? Because we have a Supreme Court petition right now. Remind us as we close, what is that one thing that will get you back to the House?
I have said we are not concerned about the matter in the Supreme Court, but what we are insisting is that since it seems all institutions of government have failed or are failing in their duties, the people must come together and take charge of their destiny by invoking the Constitution and defining the direction they want to take as a people.
All right.
Yes.
Didmus, your final thoughts in about a minute?
Kenyans went to the elections to vote for a new constitution. And they were very clear. They established the National Assembly and the Senate. The same Kenyans, if they do not have faith in individual members of parliament, they have a chance after every 5 years to send them home, the way they did in the last general elections, where they sent 70% of, they brought in 70% new members of parliament. And I think we should not mix issues here. Kenyans need clean water, they need electricity, they need good roads, they need functioning hospitals, they need to get bursaries for them children to go to school. These are things which Kenyans are looking for. And if you look at them, they have come because of Parliament. And anybody to say that Parliament is not doing anything and that it's like you are saying that we need to go to a referendum and abolish Parliament. So I think it's not about creating positions for certain individuals, but it's about providing the humble service that the Kenyans want. So Parliament is in this place. We have tried to do our mandate, as enshrined in the Constitution and as expected by Kenyans. And after 5 years, myself as a member of Parliament for Kimilili, if I will not have done very well with their satisfaction, they will send me home and bring somebody else. And that is how democracy is all about.
Okay. All right. Thank you, gentlemen. Seems no way out of this crisis as yet. It is a shame that we were not able to continue our conversation with Wanyeri Kihoro, who's the former Member of Parliament for Nyeri Town. Perhaps some solutions lie there. We will try again to make sure we have him on the show once again. So many thanks to him for making the time for us. And many thanks, gentlemen, to you as well. Didmas Wekesa from Kimilili, Opiyo Wandayi of Ugunja constituency. Thank you for that conversation. We wait to see what happens indeed with this 12th Parliament. Will any business happen hopefully in early 2018? That's the big story tonight. Stay with us here on KTN News as you continue to get the whole story. Good evening.